Good morning. It's Scott Cullen, editor-in-chief of the Cannata Report. I'm back with you for another episode of Fridays with Frank. Before I bring out Frank, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. And now, please welcome founder Frank Cannata. Frank, you got a big show coming up next week, you and CJ.
Scott, I have to tell you, this is, for us, this will be a very, very interesting exhibition to attend. In preparation for our going there, every dealer that I spoke to about production print for the September issue is sending large teams, not just one or two people. So that tells you something, that this show has really taken on some very, very significant meaning for the dealers who are involved in production print. And all those dealers that we've had the pleasure of interviewing are certainly some of the best in the business, and can certainly speak with a great deal of experience. And what we're trying to do is meet up with each of the teams that'll be there, just to get a kind of sense of what they're looking for there. Have they already found what was important in there and what was most important to them? So I would like to think of this as we're taking a perspective as not what is important to CJ and I as we walk around, but into the dealers that we know and know well that will be there. So we're kind of acting as reporters in the very real sense of the word. Other than that, it'll just be a question of what manufacturer, in our opinion, by virtue of what they have on their stand, is really leading the parade. I know we've gotten some great feedback. Certainly, Canon gets many plaudits for its product line, as does Ricoh, as does Konica Minolta, and as does Xerox. And more recently, Kyocera is getting a lot of attention from dealers, which I think is fantastic. CJ and I were privileged about 5 years ago when Mr. Ina, who was the former president of Kyocera in the United States, who was promoted to the head of the printing organization, and invited CJ and I to meet he and his team in California. And we thought that was kind of unusual, but what he had done is obviously they were there to see other people, but they wanted us to see the new C15,000. And it's been a winner. And my congratulations to him, because we saw this coming in 2014 when CJ and I visited Kyocera, and we asked them what's their plans for production print. They said that they have very strong plans for it, and they will be using inkjet, which was no surprise. It's just so encouraging that last year, the first dealer organization that we interviewed was Visual Edge, and they are Xerox's #1 customer. But they also sell Kyocera, which I thought was very, very unique. It evidently fits a niche or an application. And that's the interesting thing about production. I think from the dealers that we've spoken to, what they've kind of shown us or told us, it's not about the brand. It's about the application that the product services or satisfies. Because production is a very expensive field to really get both feet in. And it takes a lot. Now, just imagine duplicating that with a second manufacturer. It's not inexpensive, but again, as they said, they only take a second line on to fill certain applications. So it's not, random saying, well, we've got the full line, so we'll sell it. They know exactly what they're going to be doing with each one of their product lines. So it's a matter for us to also take a look at companies that haven't gone to dealers to any great degree. Some have made reference to it. Some have even put one or two dealers on it, but they haven't jumped in on it with both feet. And I'd like to stop and visit with one or two of them and see what their plans are, if they think that now is a good time to go to see what the dealers are doing. I frankly think they're making a serious mistake by not doing it, and not doing it a lot sooner. Because again, based on the dealers we've been able to interview, and they talking freely about what they're doing, they're missing out on an excellent distribution. That's kind of my spin on what Printing United is going to be, Scott. And of course, we'll give you more about it after we come back.